Ladies and gentlemen, may I proudly bring to you, this is Wwe and this is my WWE Raw 17th of March 2014 review. It's a spoiler-filled review, by the way, just for the record. Okay, so everybody, for those who are thinking of watching the show and you don't want to know the results, what I would suggest is basically, my opinion on this is it was a very good Raw. It was a very good Raw, so basically do not watch it right now. Just press stop on your wherever you're actually listening to this, and then go and watch it, and then come back and listen to all of this. It would be very, very good. It's definitely worth a watch, without a doubt. 7 out of 10 I gotta give it. Anyway, I'm gonna go into it right now, so if you are thinking of watching it and you don't want to know the results, etc., then basically get off right now. That's right. Okay, so I'm here for Wwe now, and what a show it was. What can we say? A lot, really. We had Triple H coming out and basically saying to the crowd that it's all your fault. If it wasn't for you, then this wouldn't actually have to happen right now. Which, what he was insinuating is, I'm gonna be the man to end it. I'm gonna be the man to end it. But what I want to do is be man to man with Daniel Bryan tonight. And then out of nowhere, Batista came down. And Batista's got this look now. I thought it was The Rock. I really did. I thought it was The Rock coming down for a second. But because he's got the bald look, the shades, the black t-shirt, etc. I thought it was The Rock for a second. For only a second. But then you kind of realized it was not. So Batista came out and did his really awful promo. It really was a real awful promo. Because he halfway through it, he forgot his words. He said the Rumble, and then he went, "Oh, Royal Rumble," and he went, "What do you thinking, man? What do you thinking?" And then suddenly, out of nowhere, Randy Orton came out and went, come on, guys," etc., etc. And Randy Orton basically said to Batista, though he was quite funny actually in one respect. It was more of a home truth than anything else. He said that when you left to Batista, no one cared, and now that you come back, people care even less. And the thing is, it is kind of true. No offense to them guys, no offense to Batista, good luck to him, the fact that he's come back and he's trying to better his career as an actor, get some promotion for that, so good on him in terms of that respect. But at the same time, we do care less. We know he's just here for the part-timeness, and then he's going to disappear into the sunset. And he's quite boring as well. Well, that's my opinion. But he's no Rock, there is no doubt about it. But then Batista came out and started talking smack to him and saying that the reason they keep chanting Daniel Bryan is because you're a paper champion and no one gives a damn about you. And it's kind of true as well, because, Randy Orton, no one believes that he's actually a proper champion, really. It clearly looks like Randy Orton's always just, insecure in himself, it seems as though, and Triple H agreed, because then he went, because Batista and Triple H, Batista and Randy Orton were actually asking him, why have you made this triple threat match? Why have you done this match? It's wrong to do this match, man. And Triple H was like, what, are you going to doubt me that I'm going to actually beat Daniel Bryan in WrestleMania? You're doubting me? And due to that, annoyed Triple H, and he said, you know what, I'm sick of you guys. I'm sick of a guy who I have to hold his hand and get him to the mountaintop and win the world championship. And I'm sick of Hollywood stars coming in and giving me advice on the business that I know of. And it was definitely without without, he was just saying some home truths as well. It was a nice little promo altogether. And then Triple H was walked away, and before walking away, he stated that he is going to be in a triple threat match. So basically, what he means is, if he beats Daniel Bryan, he's going to enter himself in the main event of the evening, or the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And this is kind of cool. I honestly think this is what's going to happen in WrestleMania. I think Triple H is going to beat Daniel Bryan, and by some disqualification or something like that, something's going to mess up. And then when it comes to the main event, he is going to screw over Randy Orton and win the title. And that's what's going to happen, and I think Batistas going to be there to congratulate him, etc. And then basically Triple H is going to say that, well, he was just holding the belt till WrestleMania, the main event, while Triple H was just getting his business going. And I think that might happen. However, this is professional wrestling. Half of the time, their scripts, they don't even know what's going on, really. They should just leave it to reality, I think, sometimes. But anyway, that's another story. Okay, so the next match, well, there wasn't a match. The first thing Triple H was doing when Triple H came out, it wasn't a match. But anyway, as Triple H left, Randy Orton RKO'd Batista, and that was the end of that. And then the next match on the agenda was the Usos. Usos! Versus the Real Americans. Now, I have to say, I love the fact that the Usos are now the WWE Tag Team Champions, and is very, very good, but I am really disappointed the fact that DX and the New Age Outlaws have just been pushed to the curb, and they're non-existent back again. So in my opinion, I think they have just disappeared off the radar and they're not going to come back. Hopefully I'm wrong, but it seems as though that is the case. Which is really annoying, because DX came and this whole little rivalry which was going on with the Usos and DX. Not DX. Well, it is a part of DX. I'm talking about New Age Outlaws, but what can you do? That would have been good, and I would have loved to see that tag match at WrestleMania. That would have been a good tag match. However, due to the fact that they faced the Real Americans, and it was a very intense match. It was a very good match to see. Overall, they were flying all over the place, being very physical. Cesaro, as usual, being physical as hell, doing like a spike jump onto one of the Usos' stomach with both feet into his sternum, and then one of the Usos super kicking Jack Swagger while they were flying in the air, which was really, really cool to see. And you've got the flying Samoa drop, which was awesome to see, which was when one Uso passed Cesaro to the other one while he chucking him in the air, and the other one did the Samoa drop, which was cool to see. This is what I love about this tag team wrestling. And it was just towards the end of a match, it was like flying Usos time, and then suddenly out of nowhere, Cesaro did the uppercut, and then got in the ring and finished it off with his stupid move as such. Well, for me it's stupid. I don't really... It looks really, really... It doesn't look like a good finishing move, but you know what? He hits him hard enough anyway, so the least he can do is do a non-hurting move at the end. And quite frankly, the end of the match was there, because the Real Americans got the victory, and it clearly looks like to me that they're not going to do anything with Cesaro for WrestleMania, and they're not going to move in that direction where they're going to split the Real Americans up as of yet, and because they don't know what to do with Cesaro. They want to give him the push, but they're not going to give him the push because they don't know what to do with him, and it clearly looks like that, especially when the 3 weeks In 3 weeks we've got WrestleMania, which is going to be... we've already got a star-studded cast anyway, so I guess I can understand that in respect, but clearly they need to sort something out with Cesaro. Cesaro's, you know, without a doubt, he's shown a long time ago, over a year ago, I remember when he did a promo. I think he's up there. He's up there already. He's ready for, you know, being champion. I think he could be the next Kurt Angle without a doubt. And hopefully he gets his opportunity, and he can hopefully gets it before Roman Reigns does. That is for sure, because Roman Reigns needs another year, I think, before he can get it individually, you know, be a solo star as such. But what really annoyed me is the fact that they made the Usos lose, because quite frankly, that just shows they're not going to make them keep the title for long. So, and that's what annoys me about WWE. They build up guys and they slam them back down again. They don't give them enough opportunity. And then also I do have a bit of an annoyance with Usos, is that the fact they don't use the mic very often. They need to start using the mic. Although they have great talent in terms of wrestling ability, we all know when it comes down to it, like, for example, they look kind of like RVD, for example. RVD, when he does his thing in terms of his wrestling abilities, it talks to all of us. It really does. It looks like, oh yeah, we can watch a match, any match of his, and it looks pretty damn good. But when it comes time for him to do mic skills, he doesn't do anything. And the funny thing is, RVD, he's great on the mic. That is one of his shockers. He is actually great on the mic. When he's being himself and he's getting interviewed by other people, he's just hilarious. But same thing with the Usos. I think they need to promote them. And this is the problem which I have with the WWE, is why can't they just promote them? Why can't they say, oh, the Usos, and give us something about them, you know, tell us something about the, you know, I mean, general, in terms of, you know, that they're Rikishi's sons and they've been wrestling for whatever long, or, you know, do something. Or give them the mic and tell them to, you know, say something. The least that they could do is say, ooh, so. You know what I mean? That is at least what they can do, but they don't do that. It really frustrates me, and there's no doubt about it. They're going to lose titles soon, and that will be the end of the Usos. They'll just be another tag team, which go under the radar, and that will be the end of them, unfortunately. They may even end up in TNA. Who knows? But regardless, I hope it don't happen. I hope it don't. But anyway, the next thing they promoted, the WWE, was Slum City, which is like an animation where apparently wrestlers get fired and then they have to get a normal job, and then it's a kind of a comedy sketch type of thing, which is, you know, it looked kind of good. That might be worth watching, you guys, you know what I mean? Maybe check that out. Slum City, it's called. It did look good to me. I'll be honest. It looked funny, really. And who knows? They'll probably, you know, they'll put it on Fight Pass, etc. Not Fight Pass. I'm thinking UFC. You know, the WWE Network. I mean, they'll end up putting it on there, and well, good for them in that respect. Now, Kane was talking to the Shield, saying that you are all, you know, basically working for us, and if you don't do good, then we are going to, well, not fire them, but he's saying that, quite frankly, if you're not an asset, you're a liability, and the last thing that we need is a liability. So the Shield said, don't worry, we'll be there. And Roman Reigns said, believe that. Yeah. And seemed very serious. Not. But anyway, next thing on the agenda was Bad News Barrett. Bad news! Especially in a British voice, it works very, very well, doesn't it? Now we had, what's his name? Bad News Barrett. Seemed as though it was St. Patrick's Day. He came out and said that you're all going to get drunk, but he never said drunk. He used some other high grammar type of word. I don't know what it was. I but he said that, and he said you're going to get a hangover, and then you're going to be embarrassed. Everybody is going to be embarrassed about what they did in tomorrow afternoon when they wake up. And that is the bad news. And quite frankly, it's good. It was good. It was a good little segment for Bad News Barrett. The fact is that at least he's still got a job. And the funny, annoying thing is that he's had opportunity after opportunity, and he has always sucked very bad. But for some bizarre reason, they keep giving him more opportunities. They gave him opportunity to be in a WWE movie as like an extra type of thing, and then they promoted him so much, saying that Wade Barrett's coming back, the guy with bare knuckle fighter from England, punching people. I remember that promo a long time ago, and then they promoted him when he was in the NXT and when he was a Nexus guy, which was good, but that's because he was leading a crew, and that seemed kind of okay. But when he's not leading anybody and when he's on his own, he sucks. It really sucks. He has got a lot of quality in terms of, and he's had opportunities with the Intercontinental Championship. He had that chance where they built him up, and then he lost it, and then built it up again, and then because he beat Kofi Kingston a while ago. But then they didn't know what to do with him. So this is what annoys me about the WWE again, is that they give guys opportunities and they take it away. But the only thing is with Wade Barrett is, why are they keeping giving him so much opportunities? They don't even give Dolph Ziggler that much time on the air. Quite frankly, they should give him at least a couple of minutes to talk on the mic. Why can't they give him that? Maybe he doesn't want to. Maybe Dolph Ziggler doesn't want to. But you know what? Give it him anyway. Why can't they do something with Dolph Ziggler besides just forcing him to keep on wrestling like a maniac every week? You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Maybe they just think that because he's British and he's English, let's build our British foundation that we have in London and England. And quite frankly, the London fans will love it because they have one of their own as a great star in the USA, and quite frankly, that's a bunch of baloney. We're fans of everybody as such. The UK fans I'm talking about in general, but I'm just speaking in general for UK fans, so I'm not speaking for anybody in particular. Anyway, I went a bit off field there, didn't I? Anyway, the next thing is, because it was St. Patrick's Day, we couldn't have St. Patrick's Day without Hornswoggle giving out gifts, and Sheamus coming out, and I can't do a Irish accent, I really can't. Well, I can, but I forgot how it sounds like, unfortunately, so I won't even try or attempt, although I have already. Well, I'll give it another try. Anyway, he fought Titus O'Neil. We knew this was one of them matches where it was just for good old laughs, and because Titus O'Neil came down with a ginger beard and a leprechaun outfit, so obviously it was completely for laughs. And Christian was out there as well, and he was talking a bunch of smack to the announcers, because it was rightfully so, because what's his name, Bradshaw, has been slugging him off, saying that he's ugly and he is too skinny, etc. So he made fun of him, saying that he's a fat David Spade, which is good, I guess. Good for Christian for standing up for himself. I don't even like that as well, when announcers slag guys off for no reason, especially when he's a heel, and quite frankly, Bradshaw is supposed to be supporting him as a heel, because Bradshaw's, when he's announcing, he is acting like a heel, but whatever, what can you do? But then anyway, Titus ended up slapping Hornswoggle, etc. Then out of nowhere, Sheamus came and bro kicked him, and that was the end of that. Now the next thing on the agenda is Schwarzenegger. That's right, Arnold Schwarzenegger is back. That is right. Arnold Schwarzenegger is coming on Raw next week, man. That's right. He's coming back on Raw. And he was doing the Yes Movement chant as well. And it was good to see that he's coming to promote Sabotage, his movie. And it's good to see that Arnold Schwarzenegger is still doing his thing this year. I mean, in terms of movies, I'm not talking about wrestling. So it's good to see Schwarzenegger, and the fact that he's going to be on Raw is going to be okay. I'm sure he's not going to do anything special, but he'll be there. And then next week, apparently as well, Scooby-Doo, they've done some Scooby-Doo wrestling cartoon thing where Scooby-Doo is basically, you know, trying to find a mystery about something to do with wrestling. I don't know. I really hope they don't go the child route. I really hope the WWE are not going this childish route. I mean, from Sabotage, it doesn't look like it, because Sabotage is not exactly a child movie. It looks more like a, 12 plus or PG-13 as such. But anyway, it was good. Now, on to the next thing, which was John Cena. That's right, John Cena came out, and then he started to talk, and his promo was okay at the beginning. It started off good, started saying that we're like an old married couple, you and the audience, and him and the audience, and that sometimes we're happy with each other, and then sometimes we're sad with each other, and we hate each other, etc. So it's just the same thing. And well, to be truthful, yeah, the only thing is that in a marriage you have the choice to choose the partner. And we didn't choose you, John. It was the little kids who chose you. The normal people or normal wrestling fans didn't choose you. They would have chosen anybody else but you, but the only thing was the WWE needs to make money, and the revenue which they're getting is simply from kids, so fair enough. They had to get it from somewhere, and they got it from kids, and all the best to you. I really have no qualms with that. And then, what I do have a qualm with is the next thing that he said on the agenda, which was he's afraid of Bray Wyatt. When he said it, it looked like, come on, dude, you're not scared of him. If you were, look, you need to work on your acting, John. You fought everybody, you've been beaten up so badly by everybody, etc. And then you're saying that suddenly out of nowhere, that I'm afraid of Bray Wyatt. I'm afraid about my legacy, about it all and all that. Come on, who bought into that crud? Seriously, did anybody buy into that? I couldn't. This is one of the things which annoys me about John, is that's one of the things what The Rock said about John, is that he is a bit of a phony, and that is one of the things which is annoying, because he comes out with stupid stuff like that, saying that he's afraid of Bray Wyatt and trying to make this segment. Look, don't pull the wall over our heads. You can't. We're not born yesterday. No one is, unless you obviously were born yesterday. But no, it just annoyed me, that it really did. But anyway, well, thank goodness for Bray Wyatt, because he came out and he did this segment where he started talking about. He talked about a lot of things, really, to be truthful. He did a big promos. Don't want to say what he said, because it's quite offensive to John Cena, what he said about him and his. But I'm not going to say it. So, but anyway, basically the whole thing is that he's pulled a wall over the kids' eyes, and you want them to buy your merchandise, but I don't care if I die, because I see you in my eyes as I do. So basically he's saying that he sees him for who he is, which is a fake. Which is kind of true, really. I mean, we've all said it. And he's going to be revealing it all because he's going to be fighting him in 3 weeks, so they had to promote this. And I still am not interested because they should have beaten him up or something. That would have been more interesting to see than opposed to this really bad. This promo wasn't great, but hey, if you loved it, great on you. I didn't like it because he had the John Cena, heart T-shirts on and armband on, and he looked really like a teddy bear more than a thingy, a guy who wants to beat someone up. Anyway, whatever. The next thing is Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton. Now this match was bloody well good. It was one of them wrestling matches you think, wait a minute, shouldn't this be on a main event card? Like Royal Rumble or something like that, shouldn't it? Because it was a damn good match. And what made it more interesting was the fact that it was no disqualification. And Randy Orton is just coming out of his shell now, the fact that he's a heel, and he's just walloping everybody with, he was walloping Daniel Bryan with the actual, stick. Whatever I forgot, kendo stick, yeah, that's it. He smacked him big time. And, then took a bit of a beating, and then, out of nowhere, Batista came and speared Randy Orton because of what he did earlier in the at the beginning of the show, where he got RKO'd by him. And Daniel Bryan got the victory because he kicked Batista out of the ring and pinned Randy Orton for the victory. 1, 2, 3. Yes, yes, yes. In the back, when he was going back again because the interviewer interviewed him and saying that, oh, did you? We thought you went before because apparently prior he was leaving because he was saying that he's going to quit. And it sounded like he was going to quit. So he said, but now this time he said, I'm not going to quit. I've never quit anything in my life. And this is the thing. So I don't know where this is going, unfortunately. But it's good to see, well, Batista's not quitting. Not that it really matters. And, but we still have a main event where there is going to be a triple threat regardless. And, that's one of the things. It is going to be a triple threat. Now, Paul Heyman came out and basically said that what we already know, that Undertaker has barely survived last few matches, etc. But Brock has beaten them all, and he has conquered them. And then they showed a little promo about what Brock Lesnar has done, and it was like, yeah, that's exactly what I thought to myself. And then he said he's gonna beat him in a WrestleMania, and no, he isn't. This is a streak. You don't mess with the streak. This it's not gonna happen. I mean, it's just not gonna happen. They need to work something better than this, because I think what trouble they are having is at present that no one actually believes that the streak is gonna end. And the thing is, they're trying to sell you that it could end. And the thing is, I don't think it is gonna end. And it's like 90% you're thinking, no, it's not gonna end. And 10% they're saying, yes, it's gonna end. And it's like, come on, man. Just, no. We'll do something better, Paul. You're a better promoter than that. I mean, but then again, what can they do? I mean, Brock Lesnar doesn't come out and he doesn't do his promos, does he? He's only got Paul Heyman coming out doing his thing for him, so what can they do? What can the WWE do? But, I guess we got 3 weeks of this. I'll tell you what they could have done. They could have said that, wait a minute, Brock Lesnar has already beaten Undertaker on numerous occasions. One in a Hell in a Cell match, and one in a Biker Chain match, I remember. Them are two off the top of my head that I can remember. They could have promoted the hell out of that. Hopefully they might do that in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully they listen to this and then they go, you know what? We might do that. Well, if WWE listen to this, give me a job. Anyway. What was I going on about? Now, next thing is Stephanie and Triple H were having a back and forth verbal joust. Because Stephanie was saying, what are you thinking? Now that the fact that you're going to be fighting Daniel Bryan, if you beat him, now you're going to go on and face them in the main event of the evening and go for a triple threat match and win the title? What is going on? And she said, you better take care of it. And the thing is, it was a very... It was a very, intense moment when she was saying it anyway. It was worth just the watch for that, to see Triple H go, okay. You could tell mentally he went, okay. I'll take care of it, Steph. Oh man. What the heck. The great stuff of wrestling, and what can you... This is it. Now, we had Fandango versus Goldust. Wow. What a match. Because Goldust, he can dance. Who would have thought he could do the Night Fever. And he can also do a Hurricane Rana. Can you believe that? He did a Hurricane Rana, but at that moment, I really did think that he's going to hurt Fandango when he was doing that in the match. I really did. But that was a good, fun segment because, you don't see that often with Goldust. And they always have funny matches. But you know what? It lasted a bit longer than usual. And the good thing about this was, well, Goldust is just doing his thing. And I think this should be one of the beginning matches at WrestleMania. That would be good to see. Fandango for sure, and Goldust. But Goldust should be like maybe dressed up like in an outfit, yeah, dressed up in an outfit where he is basically a dancer as well himself. Dressed up in that flamenco clothing, etc. And they have the little segment. That would be good to see at the beginning of the WrestleMania. That would be a good warm up to kick it off, because WrestleMania is going to be good, isn't it? Really, let's be truthful. So that was good to see. But Goldust won the match, which was likely anyway. He did that thing where he does with the neck, and you kind of think, oh my gosh, the guy's neck's going to come off. But no, it didn't. No, it didn't. Thank God for thank God. For Fandango, really. But anyway. On to the next thing. Kane came out and then said that he needs to reprimand and give someone a good spanking for basically getting involved in the Yes Movement for last week's show. And because it was Memphis and it was Jerry Lawler's hometown, he was the ideal candidate for the guy to be involved in the actual Yes Movement. So, what did he do? He said that basically Lawler, come out and get your spanking. And he didn't come out, so the Shield came out and kind of pushed Lawler into the ring. And then the Shield, well, Kane said basically, I don't want to do this, but you know what, I'm going to do this and I'm going to enjoy this a little. And then the Shield just turned on Kane, which is good to see. Because I guess we're getting a bit tired of this whole, intimidation factor from the Authority, and the Shield are just doing their thing, which is good. And the good thing is, as well, that this Shield are not breaking up. They're like Joni and Chachi from the Happy Days, if anybody remembers that. So, except there's three of them. You've got Joni, who is Dean Ambrose, and Chachi, Who is Roman Reigns? Sorry, I'm going off now. So then the Shield are not breaking up, so clearly this shows one thing to me. That they do not know what to do with the Shield. They do not know what to do with Roman Reigns in WrestleMania. What are they going to do? Absolutely nothing. Who knows? They will give him a segment. Maybe a tag team match will be good. But they got to do it quick because they've only got 3 weeks for it. And I think it's definitely not time for Roman Reigns to go solo at present. Well, clearly you could tell that they're not going to do that because they've done the same thing with Cesaro. And they should have given Roman Reigns the opportunity. This would have been miles better. They should have given Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker. That would have been a bloody main event. We'd wanna actually see Roman Reigns win. We would, because you don't see new guys get opportunity to get to the big stage. We would actually go to ourselves, you know what? We want him to win. But then there's a part of us that will go, you know what? I don't want Undertaker to lose as well, so it will be making it a lot more interesting. And through this, they could have built it up big time, and they could have done it awesome. But no, they had to stick it with Brock Lesnar. I mean, no offense, it's a good thing they're doing it with Brock Lesnar. And it's going to be good that the fact that they're going to be working together prior to the actual match itself. So it's going to be one hell of a match. It's going to be proper kick booty match, you know what I mean? They're all just going to be fighting. And it's going to be good, man. It's going to be good. And, well, it's just a shame. I don't know what they're going to do with the Shield, really, for WrestleMania. Really don't. Anyway, they have Mr. T in the Hall of Fame. Now, initially when I heard this, I thought, what the heck? The guy was an actor, etc. And then I actually remembered when they did the promo of the fact that if it wasn't for Mr. T, they wouldn't have got the exposure that they did at the time. WrestleMania might not even be where it is right now if it wasn't for Mr. T. It was kind of like when UFC hired Tito and Tito Ortiz versus Ken Shamrock, and that was the first match because obviously Ken Shamrock had the exposure from the WWE, and they wanted Ken Shamrock versus Tito, and that was a big building point for the UFC to get it mainstream. It was the same type of thing during the old time where Mr. T was a Hollywood star. He had his own TV show, etc. And he was the hot prospect. And they needed some sizzle, and they needed people to basically get their stars back on in order. Get Hulkamania going, get Roddy Piper, get all them guys going, and you know what? If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have a WrestleMania, etc. So, you know what? It's a good thing they've got Mr. T. Yeah, I actually think that. I really do. Okay, the next match. Well, this match, really, you can forget about it. It was really lame. Big Show, Dolph Ziggler, Big E, and Mark Henry versus Ryback, Axel, Del Rio, and Sandow. And they were basically saying to each other, this was like kind of a promotion for the 30-man battle royal that they're going to have, and they're trying to promote the hell out of that, because they were throwing each other out of the ring, over the top rope, and then out of nowhere the Big Show got the slam, and that was the end of the match. End of conversation. Next, Kofi then decided to become the lamb for getting slaughtered by Bray Wyatt. And just before the match, they did a little promo, and it was a nice little promo. this was a good promo. They had the Eminem Music Legacy song with it, where, you know, basically he's saying that Bray Wyatt is, you know, kind of like, no one looked after me when I was a child, etc. type of thing, and I'm gonna prove that who you are, and this is your legacy, that type of thing. So, and the song was Legacy, so it was a nice little promo. And the unfortunate thing is, Bray Wyatt, well, didn't lose, and that was a thing. That would have been good if he did lost. I would have liked that, but no. The unfortunate thing is Bray Wyatt, his matches, they're not that good. The only match I really enjoyed of his was with Daniel Bryan in Royal Rumble. I thought that was brilliant. But, oh, no, I'm wrong. The Shield and the Wyatts, that was an awesome match as well. But I think Bray on his own, I don't know. I'm a bit skeptical in terms of how they're going to do this with John Cena, I really do. But we'll see how it goes anyway. But they promoted the hell out of Bray Wyatt, and Bray Wyatt was talking a bunch of gibberish, etc. And I guess it's good for the experience. If you're in the crowd and you're actually there, and then you hear, and then suddenly going, we're here. And then, whatever it is, I don't know. The music, whatever he does. And it would be good to if you're in the crowd and the whole lights go off and the guy coming out with a candle, you know what I mean? That would be good to see, I guess. That's good. But in terms of when you're watching it, it's not that. But then again, I'm a wrestling fan, so, you know, you got to sell Bray Wyatt a bit more to me. You've got to make him beat the hell out of someone's really tough for me to believe that he can be a guy who's going to stop John Cena. I can't see that even come close. You know, the thing with John Cena is he doesn't help anybody's career, unfortunately. He doesn't help anybody's career in terms of growing them as character, growing them as a wrestler, in terms of their prospects for the future. Anybody who's actually gone against him, they've actually folded. But to be truthful as well, that John Cena's always performed at his top level as well, all the time. But I don't feel as though he can make anybody, you know, solidify anybody's career. I think he did just do it recently with Cesaro, but that was because Cesaro he's way over. He is way over and ready to mess someone up, man. And going to become the world champ. That's what he is. But anyway, that's that. Hopefully he does get Bray Wyatt over. And hopefully Bray Wyatt, you know, he loses the match, but I hope it's not like where he's just tapping out to the STFU. That'll just be like, come on, man. Hopefully it's a very tough match. And hopefully it pushes John to the limits, and John does vice versa. You know what I mean? I hope John brings it to him. Because he damn can hang with any of the guys, I have to say. Anyway, the last segment of the day, this was an awesome segment. This was like watching Academy Award winning performance by Triple H and Stephanie McMahon Helmsley. It really was. Because Triple H came out and talked to Daniel Bryan and saying that, yeah, quite frankly, that, you know, I'm going to destroy you, and I put you through so much hell, and you've still stood at the top. One thing that I do is respect you, man. And then he walked out of the ring. As he was walking down the ring, Stephanie came out and said, "Hey, you do not disrespect my family, you do not disrespect this business, etc. I'm pressing charges against you. Officers, arrest him now." And then the officers came down, and then Triple H was going, "Man, I've got this, Steph." And then they were having a little argument, and the police officers arrested him and got him to the ground, Daniel Bryan, and then Triple H said, "Hey, don't do that. That's wrong. Don't do that. Especially when you're not even cops. Because this is what I've exactly wanted to do for a long time." Boom, 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 and then he was giving him a beating. I have to say, he was giving Daniel Bryan a beating. My gosh, the things you do to get it to keep a job, eh? Take a beating like he did. Practically almost breaking his arm. Taking a whooping and taking a whole load of slaps, etc. It was a whipping. He took a whipping, Daniel Bryan. If there was anything to see, is that he just got beaten up. Thing is, Daniel Bryan just one tough dude, man. He'll just keep coming back, and that's what's gonna happen. Hopefully he's not injured, or hopefully that thing in terms of his arm getting hurt when he was complaining about it, hopefully he's not really hurt, because then it will be a bit of a lame old match, WrestleMania. But hopefully, we're gonna see what happens now in the next few weeks. But it was a good segment to see, and then Triple H pedigreed him in the middle of a ring, and that was the end of it. But my gosh, when you give him a beating like that, you thought, you know what, dude, this is severe, man. But then, yeah, as he pedigreed him in the middle of a ring, you thought, you know what, it was a good segment, and it's going to be a good WrestleMania for sure. Who knows what's going to happen. The only annoying thing is that there's going to be a triple threat match in the WrestleMania, the main event. I guess it kind of helps it build up in terms of the main event, because the main event, it just seemed very boring. Randy Orton, boring, versus Dave Batista, boring. So if you had the element of Triple H, which is interesting, and if you had either Daniel Bryan, it'll be interesting. So overall, it was a very good Raw, and the coming weeks of WrestleMania is going to be interesting. The unfortunate thing is, Roman Reigns is not fighting Undertaker in WrestleMania. But besides that, it's going to be interesting. It is going to be interesting. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you for listening to this. Please view my sponsors. Thank you again for listening to this. Please like, subscribe, share, etc. Have a great day. Honestly, I really appreciate you listening to this. Thank you very, very much. Have a great day. Peace out. Peace!